Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. Before I get started with these topics, do me a favor, go ahead and like the video in advance. Something about the YouTube algorithm, the more likes a video gets, it'll get out there, it'll be recommended, things like that. It'll just get out there. That's the best way to honestly support the channel. And of course, if you see an ad running, you know how we do over here. Okay, if you are new to this channel, what you may not know is that is how I tell the people to support my channel. If you see an ad running, let it play. Sometimes they're about 15 seconds, 10 seconds at the most. The longer ones, only if you're feeling generous, only if y'all feeling generous and you ain't got shit else to do. But other than that, that's how you support the channel, and that's how I get my little coins, okay? So let's get into these topics for today, okay? Because I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on. I love Jazmine Sullivan's EP. I want to talk about Keyshia Cole, Lori Harvey, and I hear that Sex and the City is making a comeback. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these topics, okay? Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the whole thing with Ashanti and Keyshia Cole. So apparently they have decided once again to cancel the verses between Keyshia Cole and Ashanti. Now remember, the first time they had to postpone it because Ashanti had the Rona. You know how YouTube is. You can't say the C word over here. It's just foolishness, right? But nonetheless, they canceled it, right? Keyshia Cole was all dressed up with nowhere to go. So it was rescheduled for this past Saturday, January 9th. January 9th comes, and Verzuz decided that they were going to postpone it once again. And here's his little statement. This has been an emotional week. In addition, as the C-19 numbers continue to increase, safety is the top priority for us. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. So basically, they're talking about we're excited for the next few events and look forward to getting back to the show in the coming weeks. Okay. And at this point, I don't know about you, but I don't even want to see it anymore. I'm just not interested. At one point I was, and now I don't care. So that same day, Keyshia Cole, she's like, I'm so sorry for the Verzuz event didn't happen. I want you guys to know I really think Apple Music didn't want to put the staff and production in danger, along with Ashanti and myself, due to the recent spike. Because California, their numbers are popping out. It's true. But here's my thing. Why can't we just go back to the format that they had, where the person was in their house, the other person was in their house, and they just did the damn thing. It wasn't all this stuff. Now, I will admit that when they first started out, as organic as it was, we knew that sometimes they would have issues with the sound and stuff like that. But Verzuz kind of stepped up their game, and they would send like all this equipment to each individual. And I still thought it was a great show. I don't necessarily feel like they have to be in the same room to do this. I just don't. I think, let's just go back to the old Verzuz when this person was at their house, this person was at their house, and they played their music, and it was that. Like, you ain't got to do all of that extra shit. And like I said, at this point, I don't even want to see it. I'm not even interested in watching the Verzuz at all. I just have no interest in watching it. But I don't know about y'all. I'm just ready to move on. They have lost their momentum. Like, whatever we were excited about, we just don't care no more. But moving on. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but one of my favorite shows is coming back. They are reviving Sex and the City. It is coming to HBO Max. Okay. And I believe they're going to start filming in the spring. And when I saw a little snippet, and I said, oh, this is exciting. They're getting all four ladies back because, Kim Cattrall, the one that plays Samantha, she didn't want to have shit to do with Sarah Jessica Parker. She don't like her. So I was like, okay, maybe they'll put their differences aside and they can get it together. But no, apparently they are coming back. But Samantha, or Kim Cattrall, has decided she does not want to reprise her role as Samantha. And I'm curious as to how this is going to work, because I don't picture a Sex in the City without a Samantha. I just don't I can't picture it. I really can't. Now, I saw a lot of people online thinking about how they would write her out. And I was thinking about that too. Like, how would they do that? Now, we do know that Samantha, in fact, did battle breast cancer during the show, but she, of course, she was in remission and stuff like that. So I'm curious as to how they will actually write a Samantha out. And what's supposed to happen is they are supposed to reprise their roles and I saw like a little snippet, like they're supposed to explore love and life and how life is in their 50s. And I don't know. I just feel like, is this going to be the Golden Girls type of situation? Is Carrie still married to Big? Is Charlotte still married? Everybody had their relationships were back on. So I'm curious as to if things have changed. Are they going to write these women as, all divorcees? I don't know. It's just interesting. And if somebody give me their little, password or something like that, I get a promo code, I will in fact watch it. Because I'm actually canceling my HBO Max in a few days. My promo is up in a few days and I'm not paying $14.99. Okay. I've watched everything that I can watch at this point. But I am curious as to what's going to happen with the new revival. I told you guys this before. I feel like Hollywood is lazy. Like, they just cannot come up with new concepts, so they keep bringing back the old ones. They're lazy creatives at this point. They have run out of ideas at this point. But I definitely want to see what they will do without a Samantha, because Samantha really was the comedy goal of this show. She really was. I loved Samantha. Okay, I loved her. But yeah, I'm definitely curious as to what they're going to do with that. And what do you guys think about this show coming back? And will you watch it without a Samantha? Let me know and leave a comment down below. Let's move on to some other stuff. So, it has been confirmed, which I pretty much already guessed, that Michael B. Jordan, People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, and Lori Harvey are a couple. And they confirmed this a couple of days ago when Michael B. Jordan... Now, see, the one thing I'll say about Lori always got the man posting her. She always got the man posting her. Now, a lot of people had already figured out that they were messing around, that they were seeing each other dating, because we saw them around Thanksgiving. They were traveling together. And then they were spotted again around the holidays, right? And so the other day, Michael B. Jordan, I don't know why I can't just say Michael, but it's Michael B. Jordan. It'll always be Michael B. Jordan to me. Got to say the whole name. Since even when he was back on All My Children, that's old school, y'all. And The Wire. All right. Wallace. He put it on his social media first, and then she did it. And like I said, it confirmed what we thought. Now, listen, I don't really necessarily had no thoughts about it. I did kind of give a quick, he's with a black woman. I ain't gonna lie. Because, it was, Michael B. Jordan was out here with a few of the snow bunnies, and he was out here with the exotics for a minute. And that certainly was a little disappointing to see. Not that I was shocked about it, but when it was reported that he was dating Lori Harvey, I was like, well, at least it's a black girl. You know what I'm saying? It's a black woman. She's a beautiful woman. And so when this information got out and it was confirmed, of course, Lori's name was trending. And a lot of people were calling her the GOAT. I want to be like Lori, blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of funny how I see a lot of people saying Lori is for the streets. Lori, she got another one, this and this and this and this. All I was happy for with Lori is that she did not mess around and get, locked down with Future. Because when she was dating Future, I know Steve Harvey and Marjorie was just like, oh, Lord. Because that man got so many kids. And to have this single young woman locked down with a baby, it just seems silly to me. It's like, I hope she do not get messed. I was hoping she would get out the way she pretty much got out. And that relationship dissolved. You didn't really hear no back and forth between those. And that's one thing I could say about Lori Harvey. You don't really know much about her, right? You see her out here with these different guys, but you don't really know shit about her. I think I heard her talk one time. You don't see her on Instagram going back and forth with none of these people. You'll never see her in no fights. It's just like she's so elusive that you don't know much about her. All you know is that you've seen her with several celebrity men. And people make the assumption, of course, that she has been with all of these guys. I don't know. But one thing I know is that the girl is 24. She ain't got no kids. And she's dating. Isn't that what we want young ladies to do? Now, I did see a discussion come up, which I think is valid. Some people said, like, why does Lori Harvey get praised for going from man to man to man to man? But a person like an Amber Rose and a Black China and these other women, they look at them differently and say they hoish, right? And but at the same time, I do see people saying that Lori Harvey for the streets all the time. But I do think it's a valid point. Why do people praise her and say she is the GOAT of all of this and put her on a pedestal, but the other women are not praised for that, and they are pretty much called whores? Now, I think everybody is making the assumption that she is basically having her way. She's sleeping with all these men. That is her business. If she does, you can't automatically assume that she is doing that. But if she is a single woman. She don't have no kids. She ain't tied down. She just living her life. In a woman's 20s, I think they should be able to just kind of explore. And, it ain't nobody's business, to be honest with you. I saw 1,000 think pieces on Lori Harvey, and I'm just like, wow, people really that interested in her? Or is it because they don't know really nothing about her because she don't really say shit? I really will say that I think Lori Harvey is pretty unproblematic. You don't ever hear nothing about her, right? So I don't know, but I do think that is a valid argument to make, or a point to say, why does she get praised for things that other women are called whores for? But like I said, I've seen people pretty much allude to the fact that they think that she's hoish for it, that she for the streets. I don't know, but I am glad to see that this is a Black couple and that I love Black love. And even if it don't last, that's what young folks do. She dates, she move on. She dates, she move on. It is what it is at this point, right? So it don't bother me no way. It really don't give me no kind of like, oh my gosh, oh, Lori's a whore, Lori. It just don't. Let that girl live her life. Let that girl do what she gonna do and enjoy it. Your 20s should be enjoyed. If you ain't got no kids out here, you just chilling and you living life. Enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. Live life for the both of them. All right? For the both of them. The last thing I want to talk about is Jazmine Sullivan. Now, I am a huge Jazmine Sullivan fan. I'm talking, she could sing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I will listen to it over and over and over. And I have loved this girl since she has been out. She recently released her EP, Hotels. Now, I got to admit, when she was promoting it, and she had been promoting it for a minute, and I heard the name, I was a little taken aback because I'm not used to that kind of content from a Jazmine Sullivan, and I didn't know what to expect, and I wasn't sure if she was falling prey to or falling victim to like this whole push or this openly sexual kind of WAP kind of thing that's happening out here, and she wanted to be provocative. I wasn't certain because I'm not used to Jazmine Sullivan doing that. Like, her music is sultry. It's like I said, she can sing anything and I'm going to listen. She can sing anything at all and I'm going to listen. But I was worried that she was falling prey to just kind of wanting to be provocative, because I think that Jazmine Sullivan, like a Jazmine Sullivan and Keke Wyatt, they are two of the most underrated singers. And they are so talented. They got the most beautiful voices, but I just don't think they get the recognition. And I was worried that Jazmine was going to push that kind of like, let me just be provocative so people will pay attention. But what she knows and what she understands is that she has a built-in following. People love her. And so when I listened to this, I must have listened to this EP, I can't even tell you how many times over the weekend. I cannot. I have played her intro, Bodies, which should just be a song. I have played her intros bodies like at least 10 times yesterday. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I love the song with her. The one with Ari Lennox is nice, but again, it's very sexual, and I'm not used to that. But they sing it in such a beautiful way. I don't even care. But it's nothing wrong with, just like I'm saying with Lori Hart. It's nothing. These women are young. They're owning their sexuality. It's fine. I'm just not used to it. So, like I said, I was a little concerned. I was a little worried. Like, Jazmine, don't fall prey to thinking that this is what you have to do to be noticed. But like I said, she sings it in such a beautiful and sensual way that I can't lie. I listen to this shit over and over. And the whole thing, when, like I said, before I even knew why she named it Hotels, I was like, now that I've listened to the EP in its entirety, and I've listened several times, and it has like different vignettes throughout, I understand why she named it that. It really does kind of tell a story, right? It does tell a story. So I get it. Like I said, I was just a little thrown back because that's not the Jazmine Sullivan that I'm used to. But people evolve, and we got to let them. We have to allow them to evolve. And her music, in my opinion, will always be good. And no matter how Jazmine goes away, I don't care how long she's gone, when she comes back, she has never disappointed, not once, when it comes to her music. So I am always, always, always glad to get a project from her. And like I said, I think it's great. And I loved it. One of the first songs I ever heard of Jazmine Sullivan's, I mean, this is ages ago. I remember when I'm in Love with Another Man was in Tyler Perry's movie. I think it's Temptations. One of those really bad movies. Yeah. I remember hearing that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she just has the voice of an angel to me. So whatever she sings, I love it. So if you haven't heard it and you like Jazmine Sullivan, you rock with Jazmine Sullivan, I would suggest you listen to it. I've been listening to it on my Amazon. I got that until like February, where you like unlimited music. So I got that. I got like a lot of like, guys, I have a lot of expirations in my phone. Like the little calendar is like, okay, you got to cancel this. You got to cancel this. So yes, I have been listening and downloading, and that's what I've been doing. So anyway, that's all I got to say. I hope you guys are doing well. Do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. And of course, I will see you on the next video. Let me know what you think about these topics. See y'all. Bye.